Ciuffo. I'm 11 years old and I live in Whitestone, New York. But before we start, let me tell you, this may say baker in training, but I'm a baking expert. And there's not many rules in my kitchen, but one big one is there's no boxed cake mixes allowed. So come on, let's check out my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my kitchen. If you keep on walking all the way down, you'll hit my family room, which I watch the Food Network on. Of course, when I'm not at dance or at school or doing homework. So, I'm going to show you some of my gadgets right now. One of my favorite gadgets is my cherry chopper, which all you do is take your cherry, pick the stem off, stick it right in the mouth of our little chopper man, chop it down, seed goes to the bottom, pick free cherry. Over here I have my extravagant egg set. It comes with an egg separator. So all you do is put it right on the bowl. There's a little hook. And you can make an easy meringue. All you do is crack the eggs right there, and the egg whites fall through, and the egg yolk stays there. Over here I have my egg whisk. And you could use this to make scrambled eggs. Over here we have our little egg spatula to flip the eggs when you're cooking them on your egg pan. And I also have my Mr. Pig. I call him Mr. Pig. He's my spatula that I use him all the way in the kitchen. He's good for pouring or whatever you're going to do to scrape the sides of the bowl. And these three things are important to me because it reminds me of the CIA, which I went to upstate, which is the Culinary Institute of America. And I remember my experience by getting these earrings, and I loved it there. Over here I have my KitchenAid. I use it for everything. It's not only for baking, I've realized, it's for anything. And last but not least, I have my lemon squeezer. All you do is cut the lemon in half, put one end here with the face up, squeeze it down, and the juice comes out of the holes, but no seeds. Simple and easy. So here's some of my cooking supplies. I have almost all types of extracts. I got lemon, almond, mint, orange, and vanilla. But my favorite is rose water, which when I was online checking out, I told my mom we have to get this. And when I came home, I made rose water cupcakes with rose water cream cheese frosting and topped it with fondant rose. And another great essential that I love to have in my pantry is my matcha green tea powder. It smells delicious. This is one of the times that you wish you had one of those smell-o-visions like Rachel Ray says. And I topped it with some of these sprinkly gems that are gold, and it just brought out the real colors of the green. Another great thing that I love to use is silicone liners for my cupcakes. I've got regular ones and I've got hearts because it kind of saves the earth a little bit instead of using up the paper. Now I'm going to show you the tastiest dish I ever made. This is my caramelized onion pizza with goat cheese. And I have two quick tips for you. One of them is when you peel and grate the ginger to put it with the onions when you're sauteing them, when you're done with it, put it in the freezer so the next time you do it, it's easier to grate and it stays fresh so you don't have to keep on buying ginger. Another great tip is, in Italy, where I learned that they use scissors to cut the pizza, and it's a lot easier. So once you have your 4 pieces, just cut it right in half, and you have a perfect slice of pizza. And kids love the little cute slices. Another pretty good thing I make is my red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting, and inside there's a blueberry compote. And since I made them recently for the 4th of July, I put a fondant star on it on top. So, speaking about cupcakes, I just recently remade my first cupcakes that I ever made from scratch. And these are my favorite. They're a strawberry and champagne cupcake with the champagne simple syrup and a whipped cream frosting, and topped, it's like a little strawberry flower. And they're in the shape of a heart because the first time I made them, it was on my parents' anniversary. What I love about cooking is I love seeing the thrill of people's faces when they see and taste my food, because cooking in my family is a big part of my life. My favorite type of cooking style is Italian because I'm Italian, but you'd be surprised that I also like Asian. My inspiration for all this cooking is my father. Since as a young medical student, he worked in restaurants. He started as a busboy, made it to a waiter, then finally made it to the kitchen. He has always had a great passion for cooking, and he introduced it to me at such a young age. I feel I am the best young chef in America because I can make the best pasta, cupcakes, and California rolls. And I do it with the most passion, energy, and enthusiasm that you'll ever get from an 11-year-old cook. Ever since I was little, I always had my dad in the kitchen. If it was peeling the potatoes for the mashed potatoes or cutting up the carrots for my nonna's famous minestrone, cooking and baking makes me closer to my father. I love the Food Network and watch it always. I admire the well-known Giada De Laurentiis because I feel like I will be like her when I grow up. We both grew up in huge Italian families, and I love cooking in my family. They're a big part of my life. I have some special techniques to share with you guys. One of them is how I caramelize. I like to do it low and slow, like on my caramelized onion pizza. But one big thing I want to tell you a story about is the one time there was no dessert in the house besides ripe bananas. So I peeled the banana, cut them about this thick, and put them in a pan where butter was melting. I let them cook on the pan for about 15 minutes with a little sugar, and then flip them, and on both sides they get a nice hard caramel. Another good thing that I caramelized once was pecans that I put on top of my pumpkin pecan cupcakes with my pumpkin cream cheese frosting and put these on top. And all you do is take a simple syrup and put in the pecans, add a little bit of vanilla and cinnamon, and pour them out in a pan. But before it gets hard, you want to pull apart the pecans because it's really hard to pull them apart when it gets hard. One other last tip I have is when you're making a compote, be sure to put cornstarch. Sometimes they only tell you to put like a half a teaspoon. You need to put as much as you want from the eye. Look, over here, you know that it's right when you drip it and it comes in little clumps, sort of like a jelly. My perfect meal would start off with a spicy tuna tartare, which my favorite sushi restaurant calls it the bomb. And let me tell you, I agree with them. It is the bomb. I also love blue marlin sashimi style. My entree would have to be a juicy filet mignon steak with mashed potatoes and seasonal vegetables. I also love connie salad and cream spinach. For dessert, I would go with a delicious creme brulee with a scoop of hazelnut ice cream. I think you should pick me because I'm really impressed with my cooking and passion. Every time I go to a restaurant, the waitress goes to the chef and says, "You have to meet this girl." And I always come back with a dessert for the table. I did that in the Cirque with a creme brulee, and I came back with a passion fruit ice cream from Spice Market. I was even hired to make cupcakes twice. Once for someone I didn't even know, but they loved it both times. Trust me, if I win this, someone will notice me, and I will eventually go on to have my own show called Small and Delicious, because I'm small and anything I make is really delicious. And my end line would be, if I could do it, you could do it. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you choose me to be the next Super Chef Kid.